If I traded it all.
So welcome back, everyone. And I have with me my next guest who has been on many times. I have with me Solar Sandy. Solar Sandy is here you are on a mission, and you've been on a mission, well, ever since you came out to Arizona, it seems like.
I am on a mission, Carol.
Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, thank you, and happy Friday to everybody. It's imperative that everybody in APS listens, and this is very, very important. APS has already approved an 8% increase for our power bills. So May 1st, our rates go back to the summer rates, and we don't think that's bad enough. We do. Right after that, Carol, July 1st, 8% increases plus new fees, taxes, and surcharges and demand fees are being added to our APS bill. People are going to experience such a significant increase in their summer bills, Carol, or their bills altogether, because that 8% is on the power that they're using, and then there's going to be a new demand fee being charged. So what I do is I'm able to lower people's power bill, and it costs them nothing to do it. They're not buying the panels, they're not paying for the installation, they're not paying for the maintenance or the monitoring. They're just getting the power the panels produce at a lower price, therefore lowering their power bill and not having them subject to those fees and those taxes and surcharges. All those go away, and I've now lowered their bill quite significantly, Carol.
Well, this is July is around the corner. I mean, my gosh, it's already almost April tomorrow.
It is
It's terrible. So how fast things are going, right?
Today's the 1st.
No, tomorrow is. But let me just say this, how fast things go. But realistically, you are here because you want everybody, you want to help them. It's not a scare tactic. It is all about people understanding that your bills are going to be dramatically higher, especially if you are with APS.
Yes.
They're here. They want your money.
It's been all over the news, Carol. It's been in the newspapers.
I've seen it.
And they've sent letters out back in March, letting people know that they're changing the equal pay program. There's no longer the budget billing where they take the 12-month average. They're doing away with that. They also want people to sign up on their auto pay so they don't see how high their bills are going to go. And I say this, Carol, people living in Arizona, there's absolutely no ifs, ands, or buts. We need power. We cannot open our windows when it's 120 degrees out. So when our power bill goes up, something else in our budget has to give. We have to adjust our budget because we pay our mortgage, we pay our power, and then we pay everything else. So all I'm wanting to do is help people lower that power bill, put more of their hard-earned money back in their pocket, and it costs them nothing to do that.
Well, like I said before, I have seen it on the news quite a bit, and I believe that eventually we are all going to have power because we're not going to be able to afford it. Everybody's going to have the panels on their roofs.
Right, and most people think that they're having to buy the panels, Carol, and that's what my program offers that's much, much different. They're not buying the panels. They're not having to clean them or take care of them or maintain them or monitor them. We do all of that for them. So it's just like if you're driving down the road. Fry's has gas for 17 cents, and soon that gas is going to be up to close to 20 cents per kilowatt. And across the street, Costco has gas for about 12 cents. That's us. We're the wholesale gas company. APS is the retail gas company. And we're just going to lower the price of their power so that they're not subject to those fees, taxes, and surcharges anymore. On the left-hand side of the bill, over the last 5 to 6, 7 years, those fees and taxes and surcharges is where APS gets us, and they keep adding a new one year after year after year. And this year, this demand fee that's going to be added is going to be a fee that's an algorithm that figures out when you're using the most amount of power during the month. It could be an hour, it could be 30 minutes, it could be 15 minutes. That algorithm will find when you're using the most amount of power. And as soon as they see what that time of day is, you're going to trigger a demand fee. That's over and above the cost of your power. So now you're just paid an 8% increase plus a new demand fee. It could be $100, it could be $150. You won't know until you get your bill. And if you're on auto pay, you'll just see it come out of your bank account. It's going to be significant, Carol. And I'm very, very concerned for a lot of people out there that their bills were high enough last summer. They don't need to have an increase in their bills this year.
Well, you've helped a lot of people since you've been coming on my show, and you have heard that you have people that literally thank you for coming out there. This is a free, no obligation consultation. She comes out to you. She's valley-wide, and basically she's just going to tell you how much money she can save you on a bill that you're already paying for.
Exactly.
And you're going to get from her, she loves giving these out, it's a $200 solar savings incentive. It's cashola right in your pocket. And the reason why you like to give that, it's a thank you for them for signing on
If
with
they
you.
qualify.
And they have to qualify. And you said that everyone basically qualifies.
Right, and to qualify, you own your own home, and you have a credit score of 650 or better, and that's it. As long as you own your house, you're in APS, I can help you save money off that bill. It doesn't matter how little or how much power you're using. If you've lived in your house for longer than 12 months, great. If you're just moving into your house, I can do it based on your square footage. If you have a friend or a family member, maybe you're in a different electric company area, tell your friend, tell your neighbor, tell your daughter, tell your son, because their power bill is going to continue to go up. And that's actually how I got into doing this business, Carol. My daughter's power bill in Hawaii had gone up 340% over the period of time that I had left Hawaii. She called me, asked me for help with her power bill, and I was very sick at the time, and I wasn't working. I'm a retired nurse, but I couldn't help her pay her power bill. And so I, like many, many people, didn't understand that there was two ways to go solar. One where you had to buy the panels. That's not a good idea. You're trying to lower a bill and get rid of a bill, not add another one. So this program is what I found for my daughter, and it really, really worked and saved her an awful lot of money. And I told people about it, and they said, Sandy, we didn't ever have solar explained to us like this, like you're explaining it to us now. And I went to work for the company, and I've helped many, many hundreds of people, Carol, saving off their electric bill. We all have one. We'll all continue to have a power bill. And believe it or not, this increase is not going to just be one time this year and that's over and done with. Our bills continue to go up and up and up every single year. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to lower that power bill. You're going to still be able to have your lights on and do your laundry. You can do your laundry now any time of the day. You don't have to wait till after 7 o'clock. I can put it on just about anybody's home, as long as there's no trees and whatever. Then I can put it on just about anyone's home to save them money off a bill that they're already spending money on. And really, Carol, our power continues to be a constant, and why pay more? APS, the people that don't get in before July 1st are really, really going to be hit the hardest, because the Arizona was incentivized. APS was incentivized to allow 30% of Arizona to go solar. That cap is being reached, and APS doesn't really want anybody saving any money off their electric bill. So now what's happening is the people that are non-solar are going to be paying even higher rates, because APS is trying to recoup the money from the people that went solar. They're trying to recoup it, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So now the non-solar customers are going to be paying over $1 billion in the next 20 years to put that money back in APS's pocket. It's really, really sad, because again, we have no choice in our power here, Carol. We all need our power to exist and live comfortably. When it's 120 degrees out, we don't want to come home and have to turn our thermostat to 95 degrees just to keep our bills at a reasonable rate.
And we know those 120 days are coming pretty fast.
They are.
So, and we know that it's a long summer here. You have it up until October, even November. So, our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Everyone who's calling in, you're going to get from her, if you get qualified, is this $200 solar savings incentive. So we want you to call in here. She's on air. That's why she wants you to call in here. She's as busy as you can possibly imagine. She's helped a lot of people out there. I know for a fact you helped one of my friends who was buying a home.
Yes.
And you can check her out also on her website. It's AskSolarSandy.com. Go there. You could subscribe there, and you can also, she'll call you from there. You can put on all your information, and she'll call you from there too. But all of the information, all the stuff is all on the news. It's all up there. There's videos up there of her on here and all sorts of things that you can see at AskSolarSandy.com. Also, call in here. We're going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show to call in and get your solar savings incentive. Find out whether you qualify, and most people do. Get this consultation. It's free. There's no obligation, and find out how much money she can save you on a bill that you're already paying a lot for. So our number here is 602 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Or check it out. It's AskSolarSandy.com.
If I traded it all, if I gave it.
So welcome back. We have Solar Sandy here. If you've heard Solar Sandy and you haven't called in and you've procrastinated, call in now. If you haven't heard Solar Sandy and you're listening to this, this is the time to call in right now because she wants to help you save money on a bill that you're already paying money for.
And it costs nothing to do it.
It's no cost solar. It means it's zero money out of your pocket whatsoever. And it keeps on going like that for a long time.
Exactly.
And we've got everyone that's getting a $200 solar savings incentive. You have to find out whether you qualify. She says that most people do. And they want you to have this. So they want you to have these $200 in your pocket. And we can let you call in here throughout the rest of the show. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Her website is AskSolarSandy.com. You can go there. You can also subscribe. She can get in touch with you from there. I also want to implore those people out there. Maybe it's not you, that maybe you have a mother or father that's living in one of those older homes out there that, oh my God, the air conditionings don't even work that great anyway.
Exactly.
And so they're, as a matter of fact, they're probably higher no matter what.
They are, Carol. I just the lady that I was just talking to about earlier, her bills were $600, and I cut her bill in half and then some, and she's just so pleased. I just spoke with her today, and she said they're just so professional, your whole team, and you know, that's one thing. This takes time to get done. So anybody who's sitting on the fence and procrastinating about this, you know, last year, the year before, oh, well, think about it. Your power is going to go up. I'm lowering the price of your power, and it's costing you nothing to do it. Our company's going to maintain and monitor and take care of everything for you. So all you're doing, this is the alternative power that's going to cost you less, and it costs you nothing to change that. And when I come out, Carol, what I do is I call into APS with my prospective customers' permission. I find out how many kilowatts that they used and how much they're paying for them, and then figure out how many panels they need on their roof, and go out and I go through everything with them, because if they don't get in by July 1st, they will not be grandfathered in. After July 1st, the maximum savings that I can offer are going to be diminished, because APS does not want you going solar. They don't want you saving off your electric bill. They want you buying their power. Their power is the Neiman Marcus Saks Fifth Avenue power. Ours is the Costco Winco power. So we're going to give you the same power. We're just going to give it to you for less. We're going to take care of everything. We're going to maintain it, monitor it, warranty it, insure it. There is no lien on your home. There's no HOA that will refuse you of having this. And you're going to be so happy you did, because in the next 3 to 5 years, your $200 and $300 bills are going to be $500 and $600 bills. And that's the truth, Carol. My daughter's bill went up 340% in a very short period of time. Why? Because it's a monopoly. Why? Because they can. Because we live in a state where power is never going to be deregulated. We live in APS, and that's the way that big business operates. So if you want to keep giving APS and big business your hard-earned money, maybe you make so much money that it doesn't really matter to you. But most of the families that I go out and see, whether they be young families or older families or middle-aged families, they are so happy to put this money back into their budget and know exactly what they're paying for their power for the next 20 years, Carol.
Now, our lines are open here, and everyone's getting the $200 solar savings incentive. All you have to do is find out whether you're qualified through her. This is no obligation whatsoever. She goes valley-wide. It's a free consultation. Find out how much money she can save you. The number here to call is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You can go to AskSolarSandy.com. The last time you were on, you also mentioned, and I thought it was great that the way you put it, was because a lot of the times with people with solar were paying too much money with the solar panels that they bought.
Right.
This way, they're not paying it out of their pocket. But what you do is you make sure that they have enough panels. The problem was that other people don't, and you give them like a little extra. And I want you to explain that a little.
Yes, Carol, a lot of times people have heard, oh, well, my solar wasn't really saving me any money, and because they still had a huge power bill. Well, they didn't have enough panels to cover all of their power that they needed. So the whole reason that I'm wanting people to go out and see them is to make sure that they're not buying any kilowatts from APS ever again. That's where those fees, taxes, and surcharges come in. So I give them a smidge more. It's still far less than APS's, to give them a little wiggle room so they can keep their house a little cooler. And any extra power, it doesn't go to waste. They get credit for that, and at the end of the year, they can get a check back for that excess power. But that is the part that's going to stop after July 1st. The net metering and these benefits, these savings, and these maximum savings that I can offer to the people now, it's APS is changing the rules. They don't want people saving money off their APS bill. They want people to keep paying that APS bill higher and higher and higher. And I'm able to go out and lower that bill. It costs them nothing to do it, and put more of their hard-earned money back in their pocket, Carol.
Check her out at AskSolarSandy.com. All of the information is there. It's all been in the news. You have videos up there. You have all sorts of information that's basically just what they see in the news. So it's all substantiated information.
Absolutely.
And again, we want everyone to get this $200 solar savings incentive. I'm going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show for it to get, and it's just find out whether or not you are qualified. That's it. And most people, you said, are. What's it take to qualify?
You just own your own home, and you have a credit score of 650 or better. And Carol, I can help. Doesn't matter how little or how much power somebody's using. I'm saving them money off of that bill. Is that, like I said, like if you're driving down the street, Costco has gas for 12 cents. Across the street, Fry's has gas for 17 cents. Well, of course, you're going to go to the gas station that charges you 12 cents, not the 17 cents. That's all I'm doing is lowering that price per kilowatt. And so that and also all those fees and taxes and surcharges on the left-hand side of the bill, those are now gone. They don't pay those. So in addition to saving the money off their kilowatts, I'm saving the money off those fees, taxes, and surcharges that keep going up and up and up every single year.
Well, we know that we all hate the idea of having to pay our electric bills. We all hate it. But this is a way of you finding out what she can do for you, and it's no obligation. It doesn't cost you any money to do. And like I said, I had a friend of mine, and we've talked a little bit about this. But she had a house that she was buying, and I said, hey, do you know whether you're with APS or not? And she said, well, I don't know. I said, you might want to find out. And sure enough, she was with APS. She was thrilled.
I know.
And you went to her house, and you've been to a lot of people have said that they're so thankful. A lot of people you're helping. You're a very busy lady.
Yes,
but you do want to help everybody out there. You want to get as many people as possible to get in on this now.
The maximum
because
savings.
It's the maximum she can get to you. So everyone should be calling and getting your solar savings incentive right now at 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. It's no obligation to you. It doesn't cost you a dime, and if you qualify, you're going to get the $200 to
Solar
pay or whatever you want on it. You want to pay something for a bill that you got to pay, or use it for yourself. 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. You wanted to talk about manufactured homes too.
We can do manufactured homes, Carol, if the people own the property that the manufactured or mobile home is on. And I've helped a lot of people this week. As a matter of fact, a lot of people called in this week. And hi, Alba. And, it's just because those homes don't have any insulation, so they're paying, even though they're smaller, they're paying a lot for their power, and I'm able to help them as well. There's no HOA that can refuse anybody. I can basically help anybody that owns their own home, has a credit score of 650 or better in APS.
Why doesn't everybody just do it?
Most people don't understand that they're not buying the panels. So a lot of people have heard, you have to buy the panels,
or they think there's a gimmick.
They think, and there's no gimmick. This is an alternative power source that's going to cost you less, and you're going to know exactly what you're paying for your power for the next 20 years. Whereas APS, they have you for your rest of your lifetime, and every year when they increase those rates, they don't send you a notice and give you an advance warning. They just put those rates up, and you pay them, because we have to.
And you have no choice. And especially if it comes automatically out of your bank account, then you're really upset. So again, you could check all this information out on her website. It's AskSolarSandy.com. Yeah, she's here, but she's here for a big reason. And it's getting hotter and hotter. And we know that we've had them on. We know we've already started to put our air conditions on. So we already know that our bills are going to be higher. And this is something that she can do. It's no obligation to you. There's no money out of your pocket. It's no cost solar. You can see it in the news. It's all over the place. And I believe that everybody eventually is just going to have them on there. And you know what? So you laugh all the way to the bank. It doesn't matter what they look like on the top of your roof. You're not looking at them.
Exactly.
Right?
Carol. Exactly. I mean, when you're saving money off a bill you're already spending money on, and significantly, you're going to be very, very pleased.
She had one lady text in here, and I saw it myself. Her bill was 34 cents. Oh my God, I would be jumping and doing jumping jacks and being happy, so happy if I had that. Again, call us here, get the Solar Save